Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Lord of All. My hero has hundreds of millions of supermodels. Chapter 36. Lord, the anger of God's wrath is enough. Then let's go back, Milty, Su Xiao said, throwing down the relic teleportation order. He slapped himself on the forehead and quickly returned to the territory in an instant. High attack, low defense, it's so exciting. Seeing this, Milty also wiped her neck with divine wrath. After receiving the message, I was the chosen one, and I withdrew from the battle platform in confusion. Returning to the wooden boat, he picked up the relic teleportation order. God knows what the hell is going on. The fishing was over before he even finished the battle. Did they really arrest 200,000? I am the chosen one and I am full of doubts. Suddenly, the strong smell of blood came. I sniffed it and immediately raised my head. As soon as the sea level came into view, his eyes were in a trance. There was a layer of fish carcasses, all covered in blood. Where can I see the sea from here? I have a magic mother. I was stunned. What is going on? God knows what Gui Xiao did. The rolling sea water and the red magma are faintly visible. At this stage, being able to launch an attack of this level is simply. Really, Brother Xiao is not a human being at all. He is God. I am the chosen one and want to cry without tears. I finally found a leveling holy land, and now all the monsters were gone. Su Xiao, tomorrow we will trade the red flame molten land. When Su Xiao's message came, I, the chosen one, immediately beamed with joy. You have been killed and are returning to the Lord Crystal to be reborn. Close black lens bracket. Reborn, your level has dropped by 1 level, and your current level is 19. Close black lens bracket. Your Hunyuan faceless skill has been reduced to 1 level. Close black lens bracket. Your hero Milty has been killed and is returning to the Soul Crystal to be reborn. Close black lens bracket. Reborn, your hero Milty's level has dropped by 1 level, and the current level is 19. Close black lens bracket. The figures of Su Xiao and Milty appeared next to the light blue Lord Crystal. As long as I die quickly enough, the pain won't catch up with me. Su Xiao chuckled. Immediately, he lay on Milty's back excitedly. Not far away, the 10 elven marksmen, as well as Wan Gaoyuan and others, looked at Su Xiao and Milty blankly. How did these lords and heroes come back? Look at that light, is it the resurrection of death? With the strength of Lord and Lord Hero, who around here can kill them? Without saying a word, Milty unleashed her full angelic glory. The 12 wings fluttered, soared into the sky, and flew straight towards the north. A group of leading citizens were left behind, in shock and confusion. It turns out that the hero is a 12-winged holy angel. Myth. 9 stars. All the elves turned pale and murmured. Because of Milty's show of power, Elf Sylphie's loyalty increased by 10 points, current loyalty, 90. Close black lens bracket. Because of Milty's show of power, Elf Fanaya's loyalty increased by 10 points, current loyalty, 90. Close black lens bracket. Because of Milty's show of power, Farmer Lee Suxon's loyalty increased by 10 points, current loyalty, 90. Close black lens bracket. Lee Suxon's loyalty has reached the level of working hard without complaining, and her work efficiency has increased by 100%. Close black lens bracket. Milta's face-to-face transformation increased the loyalty of all farmers and elves to 90 points. Wan Gaoyuan witnessed the vision of heaven and earth when he recruited Milty, and his loyalty reached 90 points very early. A series of reminders made Su Xiao, who was lying on Milta's back, twitch the corner of her mouth. I wipe it. Looking forward to this one. It's getting dark now, the elves have woken up early, and the farmers are back. They are all in the territory. Recalling the embarrassment of being carried away by Milty, Su Xiao's old face turned red. If I had known earlier, I would have waited for Milty to transform before letting her carry her. An hour passed. The two came to the burning volcano again. This time, Su Xiao came prepared. After first making up for the dropped levels, the two of them headed towards the center of the scorched volcano again. The huge flame bird king is still sleeping in the crater. Milty, can you guarantee a one-hit kill? Su Xiao looked at the huge flame bird king. Even though he was wearing Wujian armor and was some distance away, he could still feel the pressure from the king-level boss. Yes, the anger is 300,000. Milty nodded. That's good. Let's go. Milty turned into a golden light and rose into the sky. Even though the sun has gone down, the scorched volcano is still red. Even the sky was red, and the reflected light from the ground was so strong that not a single star could be seen. Milty took a deep breath. Holding God's wrath in hand, he slashed it down with one sword. Activate skills. God's wrath. In an instant, a wave that destroyed the heaven and earth trembled out from the space. The volcano was scorched and there was an earthquake. The sleeping giant flame bird king suddenly woke up. It raised its head and stared intently at the young figure standing proudly in the sky. Ha! The flame bird king immediately screamed, wanting to summon his people. However, facing the blow of God's wrath, everything is in vain. A terrifying impact, centered on Milty, struck the flame bird king. The impact seemed to have broken through the spatial barrier, and even the surrounding heaven and earth became distorted. I don't know if it was due to the high temperature of the scorched volcano or the terrifying blow of God's wrath. Boom! There was a roar, and the scorched volcano collapsed. The broken rocks turned into meteors and struck in all directions. The violent impact reached into the distance and was absorbed by the gray fog of war. It was as if I had reached the edge of the world all of a sudden. Your hero Milty destroyed the dangerous terrain, the scorched volcano. Close black lens bracket. Destroying terrain for the first time. Congratulations on obtaining the achievement, Terrain Destroyer, and unlocking the Shield Machine blueprint. Close black lens bracket. Far in the sky, Su Xiao's 12-winged wings trembled slightly as she stared at this scene in stunned silence. The previously towering volcanic mountains have disappeared. Listening to the prompts from Tiandao Terminal, Su Xiao took a deep breath. I didn't expect to get the Terrain Destroyer achievement so soon. Unlock the blueprint of Shield Boring Machine. Building a shield machine is an important step in conquering terrain. Cross mountains and rivers, conquer mountains and ridges. However, the materials it requires cannot be squeezed out for a territory that has just been developed for 5 days. At the same time, HP 591793, Fatal Attack. Close black lens bracket. With the blessing of the Animal Path, the God's Wrath, strike of 300,000 wraths reached an extremely exaggerated level. The flame bird king exploded and died, with red feathers flying all over the sky, falling down like goose feathers. Such a noble king-level boss was killed instantly with one blow. Congratulations, your hero Milty has killed the rare 5-star, king-level, boss unit, the flame bird king. Close black lens bracket. Milty's hero level has reached the upper limit and experience points cannot be obtained. Please upgrade your territory. Close black lens bracket. Congratulations, you have received item drops. Rare unit building card Scorched Volcano ×1, rare hero recruitment card ×1, gold treasure chest ×1, and rare metal ×10,000. Close black lens bracket. Congratulations, you have obtained the exclusive drop from king level boss, Magma Fruit. Close black lens bracket. Let's go back to the territory. Su Xiao was excited and waved her hand. Okay, Lord. Milty nodded and was about to transform. Suddenly, Su Xiao said, this time, let me carry you. Milty, who uses angel glory and fully open state continuously. Even just flying, you can see the exhaustion on her face. If I keep using this, I'm afraid I will fall into a deep sleep. The loss of angelic glory cannot be compensated by infinite physical strength and energy. This girl doesn't even say a word when she's tired. She had been asked to show her angelic glory and see it in full view before, but she had so decisively refused. Why don't you know how to refuse now? Okay, Milty nodded, put away God's wrath and lay on Su Xiao's back. Hold on tight. 12 wings bloomed to protect Milty. Su Xiao's figure turned into a stream of light and disappeared in a flash. At night, Su Xiao did not encounter any enemies and returned to the territory safely. After signaling Sylphie and Wan Gaoyuan to step back, he carried Milty into the Hall of Heroes. Then put Milty on the bed in the Hall of Heroes. Glancing at Milty, who was soundly asleep, Su Xiao sat aside and waited, taking stock of today's harvest. The first is the rare unit building card, which is the same as the red flame molten land. Su Xiao does not intend to use it. One is that there is no space to put them, and the other is that it is too difficult to cultivate military units. The current legendary 9-star elves cannot keep up with the pace, let alone develop more. The most important thing is that the soldiers will not do the work of farmers. Even if you teach, others won't want to learn. Forced arrangements will only keep losing loyalty. Therefore, if the number is large, it will not help much in the initial development of the territory. The territory's combat power, including myself, Milty, and the elves, is enough for the time being. If we really lack combat power, we might as well find a way to recruit a second hero. The population limit has been raised, and Su Xiao plans to give priority to recruiting farmers. Only when there are enough farmers can the territory develop faster. Except for the unit building cards, the rare hero recruitment cards have no effect on Su Xiao. However, for other lords, its value is relatively huge. During this period, ordinary lords can have a rare hero, which will have many advantages at the beginning. If Su Xiao uses it, it will only invalidate his martial arts and occupy the hero's seat. The remaining 3 items dropped by the Flame Bird King are all very useful items. Needless to say about the golden treasure chest. Rare metals are very useful. Whether it is the construction of a legendary scientific research institute or the newly unlocked shield machine, rare metals are required. The last thing is the magma fruit. Open black lens bracket fruit of magma, close black lens bracket. Grade: rare 9 stars. Effect: after taking it, the growth coefficient will be increased by 5 points. Close black lens bracket. Evaluation: breaking through the upper limit, priceless treasure. Close black lens bracket. The magma fruit is a red fruit the size of a glutinous rice ball. The value of such treasures that can increase the growth coefficient cannot be measured by commodity level. In the endless world, it can be said that there is a market but no price. Su Xiao looked at it twice, then peeled off the skin and put it to Milty's mouth. Milty opened her lips slightly and subconsciously ate the magma fruit. Your hero Milty takes the magma fruit, and the growth coefficient is permanently increased by 5 points. The current growth coefficient is 194. Close black lens bracket. Congratulations, your hero Milty has obtained 95 free attribute allocation points. Close black lens bracket. The increase in growth coefficient has allowed Milty's strength to increase again. Seeing this, Su Xiao opened the Tiandao terminal and used all the territory expansion orders obtained today. Because of the strike of God's wrath, all the flame birds in the volcano died, and a large number of rare items dropped. Ordinary territory expansion orders are as high as 158. The territory expansion order came into effect, with Su Xiao's territory as the center, and invisible forces swept in all directions, creating a peaceful land. The territory expansion order times 158 has been used, and the upper limit of the number of buildings in your territory has been increased by 158. The current upper limit is 178. Close black lens bracket. The upper limit of the population of your territory has been increased by 1580. The current upper limit is 1600. Close black lens bracket. This upper limit, which level 2 territory can achieve it? Su Xiao smiled knowingly. On the 6th day, dawn gradually dawned. Su Xiao came to the Lord Crystal and reached out to touch it. The surface of this Lord Crystal is really cold and smooth, just like Milty's skin. It just feels a little harder to the touch. Damn, what am I thinking? Su Xiao was dumbfounded, glanced at the Hall of Heroes guiltily, and immediately used the 100 farmer recruitment cards she had obtained previously. Suddenly, rays of light flashed through, and a steady stream of people walked out of the Lord Crystal. Basically, they are all young and strong men and clever women in their 20s and 30s. Such good quality made Su Xiao nod with satisfaction. Wan Gaoyuan, go and assign work to them. Remember, all priorities are to upgrade the Hall of Heroes. Su Xiao clapped her hands and handed the matter over to Wan Gaoyuan. Yes, Lord. Wan Gaoyuan's eyes showed excitement. As the number of people in the territory increased, his status in the territory became higher and higher. Every time a new farmer is recruited, it can be said that the territory status +1. There is no way, who made us the first to follow the Lord? Wan Gaoyuan puffed up his chest, feeling quite proud, and glanced at the anxious farmers. There were quite a few beauties among them, which made his eyes light up. When the territory develops, he can live and work in peace and find a wife. Ahem, everyone, listen up. In our territory, the sun rises and the sun sets. The early development was a bit hard. But the Lord has said that as long as the Hall of Heroes reaches level 10, a division of labor system will be implemented. At that time, I will work 9 to 5, and only work 5 days a day. Soon, the territory will issue currency. The Lord especially emphasized that it is related to the 4 words of food, clothing, housing and transportation, and everything is free. Quote. Wang Gaoyuan's remarks made the farmers exclaim. Not far away, Su Xiao's steps paused. Numerous reminders about farmers' increasing loyalty come to mind. Wang Gaoyuan still has such eloquence. Can you make people more loyal with just your words? It's quite a talent. With the distribution of legendary super alloy axes, the labor force in the territory has been greatly improved. In the virtual online world of the heavens, in a building. You are so rich, you have a house in Zudian network. Su Xiao looked around at the luxury goods displayed everywhere in the house. Hee, brother Xiao, you are a magician, so of course you are not short of money. It's all done by members of the clan, it's not worth mentioning. Across the table, I am the chosen one, smiling. Su Xiao didn't say much, took out the legendary military building card, Red Flame Molten Land, and opened the trading channel. I was the chosen one, and my eyes suddenly shone brightly, and I became excited. With your status, it must not be difficult to obtain the legendary military building card. Why are you so excited? Su Xiao was confused. Someone from Blue Star drew a legendary unit building card. In his opinion, such a thing, even if it is rare for a cosmic civilization, is not unobtainable. I am the chosen one of the magical civilization, so I should not fail to get it. Brother Xiao, a civilization has limited resources, and there is also competition within our magical civilization. Although I don't like those guys at all, they are so good that there are always ants to challenge them. No, the old guys have set the rules. In the early stage, everyone has relatively few resources. Only after passing tomorrow's Monster Wave Siege assessment, the proportion of resources will be allocated based on ranking. I am Tianxuan explained. In fact, he wants to get the legendary military building card, and there are ways to do it. But, God knows that what Gui Xiao has in his hands is a dragon. I am the chosen one and have no other ideas except to ride the dragon. Dragons are naturally physically powerful, good at magic, and are also flying soldiers. It's a perfect match for him. While saying this, I, the chosen one, took out a bunch of items. Brother Xiao, this is all I have collected so far. If you need anything else, you can tell me and I will make up for it later. I, Tianxuan, looked at Su Xiao anxiously. Su Xiao looked at the transaction window. Inside, there is the legendary city wall building card named by him. In addition, there is a rare 9-star prop Mist Accelerator. The rare 9-star prop Territorial Relocation Order. The rare 9-star prop Hero Resurrection Pill. Fog Accelerator can accelerate the movement of Fog of War. This can be said to be one of Su Xiao's most desired props. He tried to reduce the frequency of outings with Milty because he was afraid that his territory would be discovered. But once there is a fog accelerator, the dissipated fog can quickly return. With the fog accelerator, the road you travel on will not leave a fog hole for the enemy to pursue. It can be said that it is a necessary prop for traveling and killing people. Territorial Relocation Order allows you to relocate the Lord Crystal and change the terrain for development. Hero Resurrection Pill can be used on heroic units that have been dead for less than 10 minutes. It can resurrect the hero at the cost of returning to level 1. All I need is the legendary city wall building card and the fog accelerator. Su Xiao said. How can that be done? I, the chosen one, was stunned for a moment. In this mutual transaction, is there anyone thinking of the other party? Su Xiao smiled. He couldn't use the territory relocation order or the hero resurrection pill. The resources near his territory are abundant enough. Is it possible to move to the sea and be with me, the chosen one? Not to mention the hero resurrection pill. His 3 souls and 6 paths will give the hero soul crystal, which can be resurrected infinitely after being bound. Moreover, the level of each death only decreases by 1 level. I don't know how much better the hero resurrection pill is. Yesterday, your ruins in the sea turned into such a disaster, so I don't want these 2 things, just as an apology. Su Xiao said again. After hearing this, Tianxuan stood up and bowed respectfully. Brother Guixiao's character, Tianxuan admires him. In my mind, the chosen one, the grudge I felt because of the sea of dead fish completely disappeared. Su Xiao smiled and made a deal with me as the chosen one. He traded the legendary military building card like this because of what happened yesterday. After all, it is a legendary relic. If it is destroyed by others, it cannot be treated as if nothing happened. Then, Brother Xiao, I'll take my leave now. I was the chosen one and quickly went offline, eager to recruit the legendary dragon. Su Xiao looked at the legendary city wall building card in her hand and thought for a moment. Opened the fixed team group chat and sent a message. God knows what the ghost knows. I have some things to sell here. Do you want to sell them? After trading with me, the chosen one, Su Xiao understood the value of the top 3,000 geniuses in the human race. They were only participating in the Monster Wave Siege assessment under restrictions. How terrifying would it be to wait for the assessment to end and develop with all your strength? So, Su Xiao had the idea of trading with Damo Guyan and the others. In the fixed team group chat with only 5 people, almost no one spoke. Therefore, no one in this group of chats was blocked. Everyone saw the message Su Xiao sent immediately. Dado Guyan. Gui Xiao, do you want to sell something? How do you sell it? Yaimeng Qinzu. Brother Gui Xiao, you should keep good things for yourself. Yan Yuro. Haha, God knows what the ghost knows. It's not really a good thing. Legend Dragon Blood Exploits, times 50, Rare Firebird Staff, times 59, Rare Fire Feather Crystal, times 201, Rare Fire Crystal, times 1092. God knows what the ghost knows. If anyone sees you, you can come to me. Desert Guyan. FK. Yaimeng Qinzu. So many rare equipments. Are there also rare military building cards for sale? Yan Yuro. People with technological civilization, are really rich. Everyone looked at the equipment information in the terminal information and were stunned. Good guy. God knows what the hell is going on here doing wholesale. Suddenly, there was a flash of light. I, who just logged off, am the chosen one, and I came online at the speed of light. Brother Xiao, if you want to sell something, come to me. I am so excited that I am the chosen one. Aren't your resources limited? I want to improve it before the monster wave attacks the city. Su Xiao looked at me in surprise. I really can't eat it. But I can still eat a small portion. I, the chosen one, blushed. At the same time, in the fixed team group chat, Damo Guyan and others were also asking questions. Dado Guyan. Gui Xiao, what kind of trading method, where are you now? Yan Yuro. There is also what I want in it. Yaimeng Qinzu. Brother Gui Xiao, I want a rare hero recruitment card. God knows what the ghost knows. I am in the virtual online world of the heavens, in the house chosen by heaven. I am the chosen one. I will send you the coordinates. Yaimeng Qinzu. Brother Gui Xiao, when did you get so close to that unlucky guy? Are you all in the same room? I am the chosen one. Who are you calling the unlucky one? Who are you calling the unlucky one? Who are the unlucky ones? I am the chosen one. From now on, I am the chosen one. The ultimate lucky one. Damo Guyan. Tianxuan, you have expanded. What good things have happened to you? Wait a minute, I will be here soon. Yaimeng Qinzu. I'm coming too. Yan Yuro. +1. In a huge room, Yan Yuro smiled and sat down next to Su Xiao. 5 people sat across the table. The table was filled with various delicacies whose names Su Xiao could not recognize. Everyone can eat whatever you want, I'll be your guest. I, the chosen one, said with a smile. Can this thing be eaten? Is it not poisonous? Yaimeng Qinzu poked a fish head. This is called looking up at the stars. The dishes of our magical civilization can replenish magic power. I am the chosen one and said angrily. We don't cultivate magic power, so what's the point of supplementing it? Yaimeng Qinzu curled her lips. Cultivators pay attention to fasting. Yan Yuro smiled. Damo Guyan didn't eat, and Su Xiao had no desire to eat. No one was willing to take a bite, and I, the chosen one, felt a little ashamed of myself. It's harmful. It's a virtual world anyway, and it can't kill anyone, so what are you afraid of? I was the chosen one and complained, and immediately ordered people to replace all the dishes with fine wine and fairy tea. That's right. Damo Guyan's eyes lit up when he saw the wine. Everyone drank and reminisced about old times, and then looked at Su Xiao. By the way, Brother Gui Xiao, you haven't said yet why you are so close to Tianxuan. Yaimeng Qinzu's eyes widened, and Damo Guyan beside her also looked curious. Yan Yuro took a sip of tea. Qinzu, we are so familiar with each other that you don't even want to call me brother. I, the chosen one, snorted lightly. A little bit. Yaimeng Qinzu stuck out her tongue. I had a deal with him before, so I came here. Su Xiao responded with a smile. Hey, I, the chosen one, smiled and said, everyone, let me show you my mount. With that said, he turned on a projection. In the projection screen, a huge red dragon was entrenched on the ground. Everyone was stunned for a moment. It's yours, the chosen one, the legendary 3-star soldier, the red flame dragon. Desert Guyan praised. Hey, this is the deal that Brother Xiao and I just made. I said with a stern look on my face. Legendary military recruitment cards. Gui Xiao sells these things. Yan Yuro's eyes were blank. Sorry, it's the legendary military building card, Red Flame Melting Land. The smile on my chosen one's face became even wider. FK. Damo Guyan was dumbfounded. Yan Yuro stared at Su Xiao with a look of disbelief. Yaimeng Qinzu shook Su Xiao's arm. Brother Gui Xiao, if you have such a good thing, why don't you sell it to me? Didn't you get a legendary military building card after clearing the dungeon before? Su Xiao smiled. Military types pay attention to diversity. Who can have too much of this stuff? Besides, it's a giant dragon. Yaimeng Qinzu puffed up her mouth. Beside, Yan Yuro's eyes turned resentful. God knows and Ghost Xiao clearly knows that she only got one weapon after clearing the dungeon. But she is willing to sell this legendary unit building card to me, the chosen one, without contacting her. Yan Yuro thinks that she takes the most care of Shenji Gui Xiao in the dungeon. In terms of familiarity, it is far higher than I am the chosen one. Yan Yuro couldn't help but wonder if her charm as a cultivating saint had diminished. That's enough gossip. Let's finish the transaction as soon as possible and go back to digest it. Gui Xiao, if you need anything, please give me a price. Damoji Yuyan said directly. Yeah, Su Xiao nodded and thought for a moment. Tomorrow we will face the Monster Wave Siege assessment. If you can get a good ranking, you will also receive generous rewards. Su Xiao made a list of the things she needed. This includes the silver needed to upgrade the level 3 territory. Things like silver are easy to get in the outside world. But as a lord, it is more difficult to get silver in the endless world. Especially since we have only reached the 6th day. It was extremely lucky to find a silver mine, let alone mine it. Su Xiao originally planned to find a high-level boss to kill. In that case, there was a chance that a silver treasure chest would drop. Open the box, and the remaining empty boxes are used as silver materials to upgrade the territory. However, the box materials are far from enough for the silver needed to upgrade the territory. The boss is not that easy to find, it is very about opportunities. Therefore, this method can only be shelved, at least not in the short term. In addition to silver, Su Xiao also filled in some materials that were urgently needed in the territory, such as building a legendary scientific research institute and building a shield machine. Gui Xiao, are you just changing materials? Yan Yuro looked at Su Xiao in surprise. The lists Su Xiao listed are all related to materials. This kind of thing may be scarce for ordinary lords. But for people with great influence, how can there be a saying that they are scarce? Even if they are now, the function of the trading channel is still limited to transactions between new lords, and they cannot trade with old lords across generations. But, how many new lords does a cosmic civilization have to have every year? There are so many new lords and the opportunities are countless. Therefore, if you want to collect these materials, you can still collect them. Could it be that God knows that ghosts are not very popular in technological civilization? However, he can even take out the legendary military building cards. Then we take advantage of you. Desert Guyan is smiling. Soon, everyone took what they wanted and completed the deal with Su Xiao. Those batches of rare equipment and materials that Su Xiao couldn't use were also purchased by them. With the troops there, no one would mind having too much equipment. Brother Gui Xiao, we are taking advantage of this. If anything happens in the future, just give us your orders. Yaimeng Qinzu was about to pat Su Xiao on the shoulder. Su Xiao quickly dodged sideways. This girl always strikes lightly or not harshly. Can't you figure out how strong your martial arts body is? If you really feel sorry for me, I have a merciless request. Su Xiao said with a smile. Oh, Damo Guyan raised his eyebrows. It seems that God knows and ghosts are waiting for them here. Also, how can there be such a person in this world who takes advantage of someone and exchanges something that can improve their strength for most of the materials that are not used at the beginning? But it doesn't matter. Yan Yuro's tone was still as gentle as before. Brother Xiao, if you give me an order, I will go up the mountain of swords and down into the sea of fire. I, the chosen one, crossed my arms and said proudly. As a magic saint, I still have some energy in the magic world. Since my luck has improved, I have changed my past bad behavior and become more and more public. That's not necessary. It's not a big deal. I just hope you can help keep my identity a secret. Su Xiao was smiling. Just, is it that simple? Damo Guyan looked in disbelief. Everyone looked at Su Xiao in surprise. Keeping it a secret? Brother Guixiao, what do you mean? Is it possible that you are a wanted criminal in technological civilization? Yaimeng Qinzu looked at Su Xiao in confusion. Su Xiao shook her head dumbly and said, you should all understand why people are afraid of being famous and pigs are afraid of being strong. Well, the four of them looked at each other. You looked at me, I looked at you. Characters of their level have already shocked the entire civilization. How do you know this? No, Brother Xiao, are you afraid of being stared at, so you want to keep a low profile? I, the chosen one, asked doubtfully. That's about it. Su Xiao nodded. This. Everyone was speechless. You, a lord, are developing in an endless world. Who are you afraid of being targeted? Isn't the stage of the 3,000 worlds of the human race enough for you to show off to your heart's content? Is it possible that we are still afraid that there will be foreign civilizations that will attack the human race? Doesn't that mean you think too highly of yourself? Every tree that is beautiful in the forest will be destroyed by the wind. I don't want to be strangled in the cradle. Su Xiao said slowly. Quote. Yan Yuro turned her head away, unable to look at Su Xiao. Brother Guixiao, I didn't expect you to have such a stinky side. Yaimeng Qinzu chuckled. Don't worry, Guixiao, we won't reveal your identity. We can sign a soul contract to keep it secret for you. Damo Guyan said with a smile. Okay, thank you. Opening the Tiandao terminal, everyone began to draw up a contract. The soul contract, bound to the soul of the Lord Crystal, is the most effective contract between lords. Few lords would sign it. However, this is just a layer of identity confidentiality, nothing more. The four of them signed the contract happily, and today they gained a lot from God knows Guixiao. It's okay to let the gods know the ghost for a while. Soon, everyone's contract agreement came into effect, and everyone was enjoying themselves. They don't know how anxious they will be in the future because of the existence of this contract. The moment when God knows and Ghost knows comes online, all the gods will be crazy about it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.